When you hear people describe the twin flame journey, you will often come across the idea of running and chasing. It's portrayed almost like a romantic tragedy, one person pulling away, the other trying desperately to close the distance. It sounds dramatic, emotional, and for many, painfully relatable. But when you look at the twin flame connection through the lens of true spiritual understanding, you begin to see something surprising. Twin flame running and chasing is not actually real in the way most people imagine it. You cannot run from yourself, and you cannot chase yourself. And since twin flames are one soul in two bodies, the dynamic isn't about two independent individuals reacting to each other. It's about one shared consciousness revealing its own imbalance. This is a spiritual, energetic, and psychological truth, not a romantic one. And once you understand it, the entire journey transforms. At the deepest level, there is no distance and no division within a soul. You and your twin flame are not connected. You are one. You don't share a bond. You are the bond. You don't form a relationship. You are two expressions of one consciousness appearing as two. But the human mind does not always see this. At the level of the ego, the body, and the nervous system, you and your twin flame can appear polarized. It's similar to the way electricity forms positive and negative charges. Nothing is wrong. It's just the way energy behaves when it encounters contrast or resistance. This polarity between you isn't personal. It isn't about who loves more or who is emotionally immature. It's the result of unhealed patterns, fear-based reactions, and energetic incoherence. When inner emotional turbulence increases, the shared field between you compensates by creating distance, or what you interpret as running. What you call running is actually energetic balancing. What you call chasing is energetic pulling. And both exist only because something in the system is out of alignment. The push-pull sensation you feel in the connection is identical to what you see in nature. In fact, it mirrors the second law of thermodynamics, which states that systems naturally move toward equilibrium. When energy becomes chaotic, the system pushes outward. When energy becomes coherent, the system stabilizes. So if your energy becomes frantic, fearful, controlling, or desperate, your twin flame does not choose to run. The shared field between you automatically compensates. When you chase, which includes longing, worrying, obsessing, overthinking, or trying to force an outcome, the field becomes unbalanced, and the opposite polarity emerges. You interpret it as rejection. But energetically, it is simply the system trying to find stability. Conversely, when you ground yourself, regulate your emotions, and return to inner peace, the field rebalances. The connection settles, communication opens, the runner softens or returns. It has nothing to do with their personality or attachment style. It has everything to do with your inner state. Your twin flame is not responding to your behavior. Your twin flame is responding to your energy. People often believe chasing means calling too much, texting too often, or begging for attention. But you can chase without doing anything externally. You can chase energetically by worrying, obsessively thinking about them, fantasizing about reunion, overanalyzing their actions, seeking meaning in signs and synchronicities, longing for validation, and trying to spiritually fix or heal the connection. Chasing is the inner feeling of lack, fear, or desperation. It's the emotional signal that says, I am not whole without this person. And when you feel that internally, the shared energetic field responds. The polarity flips. They feel pressured, even if you say nothing, and distance themselves. The misunderstanding comes from thinking this is about interpersonal behavior. It's not. Twin flame dynamics are inner dynamics projected outward. You chase inwardly, the energy becomes unbalanced, and they create distance. You align inwardly, the energy becomes coherent, and they stabilize or reapproach. This is why twin flame teachings always come back to presence and self regulation. Just as chasing is energetic pulling, running is energetic overstimulation. When your twin flame appears to pull away, avoid you, or shut down, they are not rejecting you. They are responding intuitively, often unconsciously, to the energetic turbulence in the shared field. They may feel overwhelmed, pressured, energetically suffocated, destabilized, or emotionally flooded. This isn't because you did something wrong. It's because the system as a whole is trying to reorient itself. When you return to stillness, clarity, and presence, the overwhelm dissolves. In fact, this is why so many people report that as soon as they stop trying to control anything, communication spontaneously returns. When you no longer need anything from your twin no longer needs to run. The most powerful truth is this: running and chasing stop the moment you stop identifying with fear. When you align with your soul, your presence, your awareness, your true nature, your twin flame no longer feels the need to activate the opposite polarity. The connection harmonizes because the energy has stabilized. This is why reunion, communication, and peace often arise out of nowhere once you shift internally. Nothing mystical is happening, only alignment. Your twin flame mirrors your inner state. So when you embody your soul, your twin flame naturally appears in your life, not out of effort, but out of resonance. Like all spiritual truths, simplicity is the final answer. The twin flame journey isn't about managing the other person's actions. It isn't about texting correctly, healing on their behalf, or orchestrating divine timing. It forces you to confront your own fears, insecurities, and illusions. You discover you cannot control the connection. You cannot force closeness. You cannot spiritually manipulate outcomes. You can only align with truth. And when you do, everything else aligns with you. There is no running. There is no chasing. There is only one shared consciousness seeking equilibrium. And when you return to yourself, the journey becomes exactly what it was always meant to be: a path of awakening.